Hello, welcome to Berry Nerd Corner. My name is Brandon, and in this video, I'm making a tier list of PokeTubers. So I've pulled 20 PokeTubers. These 20 are a combination of the people to whom I'm subscribed, whose content I watch pretty regularly, and the list of people, according to my YouTube analytics, that you guys, my viewers, also watch. So some of these I don't actually watch, I've never heard of, never seen, so they'll by default go probably into F tier, spoilers. But if you really like them, comment down below and let me know, so I'll check them out. And if you just feel free to comment down below and tell me where you would rank some of these, like tell me your top 3, your top 5, rank all 20 of them, numbered 1 to 20. Take this tier list, I'll put the link in the description, and make your own video and tweet it at me or comment it below or something. Just somehow let me know who are your favorite PokeTubers, because I take a lot of inspiration from a lot of these people and have lots of ideas for future videos based on these people. So without further ado, let's jump right in. Starting with number 1, these are all alphabetical, with Alpharad. He's energetic, he has incredible script writing. I've only seen a handful of videos though, so I hesitate to put him at the S tier because I've seen so little of his content, but easily A tier. He's one of the biggest, one of the most popular. Everybody knows him, and if you don't, you should. Second, this is AntlerBoy. He's one of my favorites, honestly. I watch most of his stuff pretty much as soon as it comes out. He has good script writing. He does a lot of Nuzlocks. He does a couple other similar almost Nuzlocke challenges without them fully being Nuzlocks. I like him a lot. He's also going up into A tier. Probably not above Alpharad though. Alpharad has incredible everything. This is Bloody. She's mostly a streamer. She's barely a PokeTuber. I've seen all of her videos on YouTube. There are like 3 or 4. And those have been really great. Her most recent one was incredible. Just it blew me out of the water, the incredible script writing. I envy Alpharad and Bloody for being able to write such incredible scripts. My scripts are boring, and I wish I had the passion and the know-how to make them better. Bloody is great, but as a PokeTuber, a solid B for Bloody. I mean, she doesn't do a ton on YouTube, so I don't feel good. I don't feel like I can honestly rank her higher. Next is ChaoticMeatball. He's done this really cool series called the Professor's Oak Challenge, where he goes through and tries to catch every Pokemon that is available in a certain game. So he'll play like Fire Red and try to catch every single Pokemon and evolve every single Pokemon. But he does it a little weirdly, where if he catches a Pokemon and it can evolve, he has to evolve it before the first gym. So like he's grinding his Charmander up to Charizard on Caterpie and Weedle in in Viridian Forest. A little weird. I think you could do it much faster and just as simply and easily by going through the whole game and then grinding at Victory Road, but that's just my opinion. If I did a Professor's Oak Challenge, that's probably what I would do. Anyway, his stuff's pretty good. I was subbed him for a little while, but then I unsubbed because I just stopped watching his content. So I'm gonna put him at a solid C for ChaoticMeatball. Also, coincidentally, so far, Alpha and Antler are on A, B is for Bloody, C is for Chaotic. Next, we have Chilln play. He's going straight to F because I don't know him, I don't watch it, or I don't know them, I don't watch any of their content, so I can't adequately judge them. Same with ER Alpha here. The only reason I know their names is because I have my file explorer open also on my desktop, so I can see the names of these files and who they are in order. Next, FlygonHG. F for Flygon, obviously. Just kidding, he's S tier. As far as Nuzlockers go, he's incredible. He's grown so much in his script writing and letting his personality show in the scripts and in the videos. He's one of the biggest inspirations for me. I had a YouTube comment on one of my videos, compare me to him, say I was just as good as him, and I screenshot that comment immediately and I have it saved on my phone. Flygon's great. He's one of the biggest inspirations, one of the biggest motivators for me to start my channel, so he's going to be an S tier. Sidebar, now that there's somebody up there, I'm going to limit S tier to only 3 people. Just a personal limitation I'm putting. So if I get above 3, the lowest of those has to drop down to top A tier. But let's move on. Next, we have Infamous Trainer, F tier. Don't know who he is, haven't seen any of his stuff. I assume it's a he. Don't know them, don't know their content. So we're moving on. J-Rose, I've seen a couple of their videos. They seem pretty cool. I'll put them in solid D tier because I'm just not as familiar with their content. Then we have KeeganJ. Keegan, honestly, I'm going to put him above Flygon. Keegan is great. He has the same incredible script writing, a similar quality of script writing to Alpharad. So it's much more there's so much more personality to it. It's much less play-by-play, shot for shot. Here's exactly what's happening. He just throws in a lot more flair and personality in the writing and in the editing. I love it. Keegan is great. He's also a huge inspiration for me. So he's top S tier. He might be number one. We'll see what happens when I get through the second half of this list. Next, we have MahDryBread. MahDryBread's not technically a PokeTuber, so I'll put him, we'll put him here solidly in B tier after Bloody. He does Pokemon challenges, and I think that's really when his channel took off. He did daily uploads for about 10 years, maybe 10 years and a few months, 11 years, something like that. So he has a huge backlog of content. He's done a ton of Let's Plays. Now he does regular challenge videos. He does 3 or 4 in Pokemon. He'll do 1 or 2 in Oblivion or Skyrim or something to vary it up a little bit. He's great. I love him. I love his personality. I love watching his Let's Plays. He's also a huge inspiration for me. I would rank him higher if this wasn't explicit PokeTubers. He's only here because he's listed in the I'm sub to him. I wasn't going to include him until he was also in the list of channels that you guys watch. Next, we have MandJ of MandJ TV or MandJ TV Plays. I've actually been watching a ton of MandJ so far lately. I discovered him a few years back, watched his Pokemon Coliseum Let's Play, his first Nuzlocke in Platinum. This has been probably 2 or 3 years ago that I did this. And then I just forgot about him. And then somehow he came back, and I think I found him on Twitter. He was tweeting, I saw some of his stuff and him interacting. I was like, oh yeah, MandJ TV, he makes a lot of Pokemon content. He does a lot of collabs with PM7 and Purplecliffe, who are later in the list. But honestly, he has to go S tier easily. Honestly, I'll probably put him above Flygon. A little bit below Keegan out of personal preference, but I love Mikey's personality. I love the variety of content that he has on his channels. On his main channel, he has a bunch of opinion-based or just factual-based, like best Pokemon for a team in this region, worst fully evolved Pokemon, best non-fully evolved Pokemon. He has lots of cool list ideas. Excuse me. And I would love to do some more of those lists. So if you like MandJ TV and like his kind of stuff, let me know in the comments down below. I have plans to incorporate some similar type of content, kind of list type videos. But he's great. Easy S tier. After that, Mystic Umbreon. Let's just drop him down into the F tier. I do know his name. Their name, I have heard the name Mystic Umbreon, but I've not seen any of their content. Maybe 1 or 2 videos, but nothing that stuck out to me. So F tier. I'll put him top F tier because I have heard of them, whereas I've not heard of the others. Nuzlocke Joe, F tier. Don't know who they are, don't know their stuff. So no offense, Nuzlocke Joe, but I just don't know your content, so I can't reasonably rank you higher. PaPaSea, he's a solid B tier. He's more of a PokeTuber than those two, so he's top. I'll put him top B tier. It'll be hard for him to be beat out in that tier. But he does a lot of really cool stuff. He's done. What has he done? He does the Nintended in videos. Can he beat Pokemon how Nintendo intended using official players guides, which is such a cool idea. He's done a bunch of several collabs with Flygon and a couple other big YouTubers. But he's great. He adds a little more personality to his script writing. So major props for that. PaPaSea, if for some reason you're watching this, you're incredible. You're top B tier. Because that's just my personal preference. Next, PM7. PM7 is great. Pokemon 7, John, he's great. I've loved his stuff. I've just been binging through his stuff and MandJ TV stuff, all their collabs together and with Purplecliffe. He's great. I love his personality. It actually took me a few videos to kind of get used to his level of enthusiasm and energy, and it varies a lot between different videos. But some of his videos are just so much like yelling and screaming and cheering, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's just exhausting to watch this. but now I've kind of gotten used to it, and I appreciate his enthusiasm. It brings a splash of life to the content that I watch. So he's going to be easy A tier. I'll put him above Antlerboy just because he's great. PointCrow, he's here because I'm sub to him, because he's in many ways a PokeTuber. He is more of a modder. He's the one who's done the map randomizer. He made the map randomizer that a lot of people use. So for that skill, for his ability to create stuff like that and pull off insane collabs with tons of PokeTubers, I'm gonna put him top A tier. Put him a little above Alpharad, just because he's got a bunch of clout. Purplecliffe, putting him on high C tier. He gives me a lot of Game Grumps energy. He's just kind of goofy, but also very ragey when things seems to be kind of grumpy, ragey when things go wrong, which is fun, but it's a lot to deal with. So he's hilarious. I love him collabing with PM7 and MandJ. He's great. C tier's not bad, but I just don't find myself binging his content, him alone in his content, like I do with MandJ or some of the others who are above him. Silph is a Nuzlocker, huge inspiration as well. He actually sold merch a couple years back, and I bought a hoodie, which I think is in a box in my closet, so I need to find that. He's great. Does a ton of incredible work, similar to Flygon. My biggest rub with him is just a personal preference for some of his type of humor. I'm not a big fan of it. So we'll put him here solidly in B tier. We'll put him right below PaPaSea. Let's let PaPaSea keep that top B tier rank and help this to be filled out a little bit. And last, but certainly not least, we have Zwiggo. Zwiggo, I honestly don't know much of their content off the top of my head. I used to be subbed. I used to watch quite a bit of it, but then I started to discover some of the other PokeTubers and stopped watching his as much, and he would release videos and I'd just be like, let me go watch this other person first. And then I would just forget to watch him. So he's not bad, but he's not going to be near the top of my list, obviously. Let's put him, I'll put him mid C tier, below Purplecliffe, above ChaoticMeatball. J-Rose, you get to hang out there in D tier, but that is my tier list of PokeTubers. If you think I'm wrong, kindly tell me how you would rank them in the comments. If you're going to be rude, I'm probably going to delete your comment. Just be nice. Be good people, guys. But that's it for this video. I just wanted to quickly rank PokeTubers. If you, like I said, comment down below. Tell me how you would rank. Who are your top 3, top 5? And let me know any other non-challenge type videos that you would like to see in future videos. But that's it for this video. Remember to be kind and make good choices. Later, nerds.